What's up, Ag Fight Diego Ribas in Las Vegas with the own and only Jon Jones. I'm happy for you. I'm happy to see you back, man.
Thank you, thank you. I'm glad to be back. It feels really good. It's been a long time coming.
Long time, 3 years. What was the most difficult part in 3 years? What's hard for you to keep the motivation on getting better every day since you didn't know when we would fight?
Yeah, at times it got a little frustrating, when opponents would get changed and dates would get pushed back. But I wouldn't say any of it was too hard. I knew my job. I knew my assignment. I knew I had to just stay focused and committed to the goal despite not having a clear picture of the future. I take things one day at a time, give my best foot forward each and every day. Focus on having small wins. One of my slogans was "Win today, John. Just win today, and eventually you'll get to that destination." And that's what I did. I just took it day by day.
We saw how careful and how professional you were on adding some muscles and some weight, and took like 3 years. If you look back, was the perfect time, or maybe we could have done something differently, and maybe in 2.5 years, I don't know, was everything perfect?
Everything, I can't say it was perfect. I mean, I wish I was a little bit leaner. I don't have a six-pack like I used to, but I do feel good. I move very well. I breathe very well. I'm very explosive. I have a lot of great power, and I feel like I did it the right way. I feel very good.
Okay. When we think about someone moving up weight class, it's kind of natural to think you're going to have more power, or maybe you're going to lose speed. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's the assumption. Usually when a guy gets bigger, he slows down a little bit, but I don't feel like I've lost much speed. I feel just as fast as I used to. Actually, I feel a little bit faster. I don't think I jump as high, but when it comes to punching and kicking, yeah, I feel very explosive, very quick still.
Okay, when we look to your career, the IQ fighting, it's your that's the biggest thing in your career. You were so dominant as 205. And you, of course, you're planning to be as dominant as you were before. But it's a different weight class. What can you do different to be as dominant as you were before?
What can I do different? Come to the game with more power. Come to the game with more power. That heavyweight power. That's going to be the way that I can continue to dominate. But for the most part, I need to try to do things the same. You know what I mean? Add new tactics, but come with that same ferociousness, that same creativity. That's going to be major keys.
Before talking about Ciryl Gane, I would like to talk about Roberto Tussa, your Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu coach. Felipe Pena just sent you a video right now. I showed you. So what's this connection that you have with Gracie Barra and all the BJJ community? Looks like they love you.
Yeah. I believe I have the respect of the BJJ community, specifically Gracie Barra. I've been a Gracie Barra student for many years. I'm a Gracie Barra purple belt. And I think the guys know that I'm loyal. And I feel like I represent Gracie Barra very well. And I'm grateful for that.
Do you feel getting close to the brown belt?
No, I'm not close to brown belt. I don't do enough gi training. I've submitted many belts above me before in practice and in competition. But Tusa lets me know, John, you got to spend way more time in that gi before I give you that brown belt. So I think I'm going to be purple belt for a long time. Give me purple belt with like 18 stripes. How about it?
Sounds fair. Well, let's talk about Ciryl Gane. He's a really good striker. His footwork is remarkable. What about his ground game? I'm sure you saw his fight against Franz Ngannou, and you have the wrestling background. Is it fair to say that maybe that's the key for the victory?
I think that's the easiest path to victory. That ground game is a little bit suspect. It ain't looking too good. Yeah, I think that's the easiest key to victory for sure.
So can we expect seeing the wrestling Jon Jones again Saturday night?
You expect a very versatile Jon Jones. The striking should be there. The boxing is going to be there. The wrestling and jiu-jitsu, yeah, that's going to be the easiest path. The takedown will happen at some point, and my goal is to not let him back up to his feet. And if he does, we call that money in the bank. It's still great points to get him down. But the goal is to try to keep him down.
Other than the grappling, how would you break down his style? I mean, his footwork, the way he moves, the way he punches and kicks.
He's quick. He's quick. He's very agile. He moves very well. He grew up doing Muay Thai, but he moves almost like a karate guy. Very light on his feet. He's a great athlete. He's a really great athlete, and that's what's going to make this fight Saturday night, UFC 285, just so appealing to watch. I'm excited for you guys to. You guys don't have to order pay-per-view in Brazil, do you? You watch it for free, don't you?
Evelyn, Fight Pass Brazil.
Fight Pass.
Do we have to pay for the pay-per-view? No? No, we don't.
Oh, you guys are lucky. You guys all better be watching the fight then. If you don't have to pay for it, make sure you guys watch.
Perfect. My last question for you. You're going to turn 36, right?
Yeah.
So your last fight you were 32, and you haven't fought since then. But everybody calls you a GOAT, and you were just 32. What do you have in mind? What's the goal? I mean, what can you do? Of course, being heavyweight champion, but since you achieve as the GOAT status, since we're 32 and now you're 36, how many fights do you still want to fight? What do you still want to do?
Well, yeah, so I'm 35 now. I'll be 36 July 19th. But I'm just fighting for legacy at this point. I do believe that a lot of people consider me the best fighter ever. I'm really honored by that. And I just want to protect it. I want to push the limits. I want to take it as far as I can and just go for more championships.
Perfect. Would you mind to send a message for your Brazilian fans?
Oi, Brazil. Love you guys. I appreciate all the love and support. Make sure you guys watch the fight. Especially if you don't even have to order the pay-per-view, I expect you all to be around your TVs at UFC 285. Don't miss it. Jon Jones, Ciryl Gane for my first heavyweight championship of the world. It's going to be a special night.